RDA Vapors, Everyday Vaper here with a hardware review. Can you see it? It's tiny. It's the Evil Monk RDA from Ivogo. A very small postless stripper design RDA. This was very kindly sent to me by the team at Ivogo for the purpose of a review. So what we're going to have to do, because the thing is so small, we're going to have go and have a look at it in a little bit close detail. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it in a little bit more about the technical specifications and a little bit more about what I found out about this dripper. So we can look at the box itself. It's a nice plastic box. It's got these two hologram seals, Ivogo seals. I've obviously already broken them to get into the RDA itself. On the back you have a QR code and that takes you direct to the Ivogo website, and a little bit about it here. Made with high quality 316 stainless steel, comes with non-post and bottom airflow design, high quality insulator which is able to endure high temperatures, and easy to do dual coils or quad coils. Comes with a 510 connector. Okay, so let's open it up. Take off this plastic insert here, and that is the RDA itself, which we shall look at in a little bit more detail in just a second. Let's see what's in the rest of the box. We'll take out this box here, remove that. And inside here we have our spares. So inside our spares what we get is two Allen keys. We get these circular steel sections here, which I shall talk about in just a minute. A spare or a 510 drip tip adapter there, and some grub screws inside here as well. And the grub screws are what hold the coils in place. Okay, so let's have a look at our RDA. So as you can see, it's a very sleek design. There's nothing printed on the outside of it. And you have four, if we can just turn it, airflow holes. And they're all 2 mm in diameter. You can close the airflow off by obviously turning on the base, so that you just get two open. So if you're using dual coils, you can have two open. On the bottom we have an adjustable 510 with Ivogo design 0522 printed on it. And there's our Derrelin drip tip, which gives us a nice wide bore into the deck itself. So we can take off the actual top cap, and that is the deck. So if we have a quick look at the deck, what we've got here is four large holes, and this is our bottom airflow. And then we have four smaller holes here. And the small holes is where the legs of your coil are going to go into. And they are adjusted by these very small, it comes into focus, grub screws just inside there. So the airflow and then grub screws. And the section here, this oblong section, that is our positive post, held on by a screw, and then outside is the negative. It's held on, the top cap's held on by a single O-ring. And we look at the top cap itself. We have our airflow adjusters there. We can take off the actual drip tip itself, and also this top section comes off here as well. So when we're actually applying e-liquid to our deck, we can take that off. And we can slot it all back together, pop on the airflow adapter, find our section here, pop that back on, and pop on the drip tip, and that's it. Nice and simple. So very simple design. It's very small in height, 22 mm in diameter. So what we're going to do is pop a coil in it. Might put dual coil in it, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, before I put the coil in, let me just show you something which is frustrating. Do you see the force center airflow, the larger holes in there? As you can see, they sit on the base of the deck. Now the issue with that is, obviously by pouring or dripping the liquid onto your coils, it's going to go onto the base of the deck and potentially go down the airflow holes. What you are given to rectify that situation is one of these. See that tiny little grommet-like thing there on the Allen key? That is meant to fit inside that hole. Does it fit? No. Can I get it in? No. The diameter of the airflow holes is the same diameter as the grommet itself. It just doesn't fit. You can't get it in there. You could potentially remove the center, the positive post there, but that's going to destroy the insulator and you don't get a spare insulator. So that's a major issue. Now I have used this without that grommet, but it just doesn't fit. You can't get it in. And for people, look at the size of my fingers compared to that tiny grommet. Okay, so Ivogo, either put that grommet in straight away or make it easier to put in. Don't make them the exact same diameter so that they don't fit in. There is no way on earth I can get that tiny little thing in there, in that airflow hole there. Anyway, let's put a coil in and see how it goes. Okay, so I've done a build on the deck here of dual core 7 wraps of 26 gauge Canthal. I normally only do single cores, but I did dual cores just so you can see how much room is on the deck to do that without the posts being there. As you can see down here in this center part here, you can see the airflow holes that I haven't managed to block up with those grommets. So the potential is we're going to get some leakage out of the airflow of liquid. Okay, so there's a nice bit of room there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some juice on there and see how it goes and talk about it up there. Before we do that though, there's the top cap. As you can see, when the top cap is on, there is quite a bit of room still at the top, but the cores are quite close to that Delrin drip tip. So it's very much a flavour machine rather than a cloud machine. Okay, let's go and talk about a little bit more detail about the pros and cons and the technical specifications. So there you go, the Evil Monk in a lot closer detail. I still haven't managed to get the grommets in, but it's not leaking. So it could potentially leak if I put too much liquid in, because there is no protection for liquid going down inside the airflow hole. But it's not at the moment. Now I know some people have been able to get those grommets in, so whether it's just a fault or a flaw with the one that I got sent from Ivogo to review, I'm not sure. Now it's made of 316 stainless steel, and it just stands without the drip tip at a mere 14 mils high, and it's 22 mils across the base. With the drip tip it stands at 26 mils. Now it's not designed for your cloud chasers because the air chamber inside doesn't allow a huge amount of airflow going through. But for flavour, this thing is awesome. I'm still running at that dual core build you saw me do in the video there, and this thing is just kicking out flavour. I've got some Max Fiji liquid on here, and it is so tasty with this very small postless dripper. I've also put a single core build in this as well, and it tended to get a little bit hot. It was just a 0.6 ohm build, and it tended to get a little bit hot around about 35 watts. I'm running this one at 37. Let me just take it up a little bit more. Let's go up to 40. So it handles the temperatures pretty well. You won't really want to take it too high. Like I say, it's not designed for cloud chasing, but for flavour and for testing juices out, this thing is a very good little dripper. Did have a few little problems with the grub screws. One of them was very tight put in there. So I needed to get a different Allen key in there because it was rounding off the grub screw. So there are little issues with quality control, but nothing major. So would I recommend it? If you want a dripper for flavour, if you want a nice little stealth dripper, then this Evil Monk from Ivogo is a very nice one to choose. Other little features it has there, it's got a high quality insulator. It doesn't say whether it's peak or not. I'm not sure what's a peak insulator in there. And you can adjust the 510 adapter in there as well. You can't strip it down, you can't remove the positive post without damaging the insulator itself. But it's easy to clean, it's easy to build on. Other little problem I found is this top cap is very loose. Okay, so it can accidentally adjust your airflow quite easily, but that's no biggie. So all in all, the Evil Monk from Ivogo, not a bad little dripper at all. Check it out.